largest drawer system organizer that we offer. In the meantime, happy Friday, my friends. Happy Friday. I'm Shannon, and tonight we're in the house. It's a show we do every Friday at 7 o'clock. And this week we're really highlighting great problem solvers around the home and making your home cozy. We will have that last look at your today's special coming up in about 28 minutes, give or take. In the meantime, though, we started this hour with Bell & Howell, and I know a lot of you are still calling on that this day only, the 2-pack of the flashlights. You might even see that item number in the corner of your screen, because a lot of my friends, Heather, a lot of you are, looking for those torch lights, which I love. But now we're going to talk about something that really illuminates the larger areas. And chances are, whether you've had a lot of repairs to deal with like I have, or there are always those dark corners in your house. When I did my townhouse decades ago, you know better, you do better. Well, I didn't know better. I'm like, oh, why in the world didn't I put a light here? Why in the world didn't I put a light, in this closet? Why in the world didn't I put a light in this, corner? Why in the world didn't I put a light? I mean, I know you've got places in your home where you could really use that light, not the least of which is maybe when you get home from work or what have you, or porch-side pirates and packages and pizza deliveries. You want to make sure that they can see their way to safety and really keep you safe as well. Bell & Howell is going to do that for you. So this is easily one of the brightest Bell & Howell selections I've ever had. And you know what? That price is only good as long as supplies last. $19.99, 3 flexible payments of a little over $6. He's back. The OG of HSN, the inimitable Lou Caputo. And Lou, it's funny because when Sierra was, turning on the lights and she was, taking me on tour, I'm like, ooh, that's bright.
Right?
I had to back away from the light. It's like the irises of my eyes exploded. I'm like, holy moly, we are not messing around. So yes, there are a lot of different selections with Bell & Howell, but when you really want that bright available light with directional control, because those panels actually, you can move them in such a way that you want one at the garbage can, you want to make sure that one is maybe, upward, downward, forward. I think that's really unique. So Lou, I'm going to turn you loose. This is actually a light that we don't get to talk about a lot, let alone at this kind of price, correct?
Yeah, no, you're 100% on that. And this is a great light. If you're like me and you've got an attic where there's one fixture in the entire attic, okay, you got to get one of these. Because I could turn this little sad light bulb that we have on up there, and it doesn't light anywhere near the other side of the house. So I put one of these up there, I can aim this light where I need it. When you look at this, okay, it looks different than any light you've probably ever seen. Each one of these panels has 48 surface mount diodes on them. Essentially, they're like little computer chips, each and every one individual. So there's 144 on this entire light. It puts out a tremendous amount of light, but it only uses the power of a 60-watt bulb. And it fits into any normal fixture where you just screw it in. You can see right here above me, this is one of our TriBurst lights right here. This is a regular 60-watt light bulb. Now, I'm going to turn my lights off in here real quick. And you're going to see we're going to be plunged into darkness, okay? I'm going to turn on the 60-watt bulb. So there's a 60-watter. It's kind of doing what a 60-watt bulb will do, okay? It's okay, all right? Watch what happens when I turn on the TriBurst you're buying right now. Ba-boom. Now, it looked like a nuclear explosion happened. It was so bright. But if you look at the wall behind me, you might say, like, you know what? It's nice, but it's really not bright back there. Give me a second. Boom. There you go. You want light there? Oh, you want some light on this painting back here? Boom. There you go. Got all the light in the world that we need right now. I mean, this entire room in front of me is lit. I can even turn this one up toward you. I'm just kind of being nice by not doing that. But you could see that there is a tremendous amount of light for this. So if you've got a garage where maybe they put in that one fixture, this will take care of the entire space in there. Because remember, this is 360 degrees of light. And yes, this will fit into any common fixture. You don't have to have a special fixture to put this in there. Just unscrew the light bulb, the normal light bulb, the regular light bulb, and put in this incredible TriBurst Deluxe. And Shannon, remember what I said? 60 watts of power, just like a 60-watt bulb.
I want you to repeat exactly what you just said, because poor Lou, he knows I struggle. Okay, toolkit is a butter knife. That's the extent of it. So I literally, now walk me through this. So I would unscrew where I would put my regular bulb. Am I?
Yeah.
Okay, I would unscrew where I put my regular bulb, and then I screw this in? Come on.
That's it. No tools.
Really? That's all you do?
Nothing. Yeah. And then you get this kind of light from it. I mean, look at this thing.
Oh my
this is legit. Look at that thing.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's a lot of light. Yeah, and you can do this in seconds. In seconds, and have a really usable, brilliant white light. You want to see something else really cool? So I've got a light meter down here, okay? And right now you can see you've just got the ambient light in this room on. I think that says 14, okay? So there's 14 lux in here right now. Watch this. I'm going to turn on the 60-watt bulb, and that jumped up to 22, all right? Watch what happens when I turn on the TriBurst. I'm going to move the sensor over to this side, turn that off. Shannon, get ready to be amazed. Look at what it went up to. 612.
Oh my
okay?
gosh.
That's a bit of a difference right there, isn't it? And that's empirical proof.
Okay,
this is
I am so getting this. By the way, we had close to 1,000 of you get our this day only on the 2-pack of torch lights. Please remember that price is only good for today. And then we retire the edition where you get those gift boxes. Also colors we really only see once a year. I got the pink. I'm actually thinking about maybe getting the green as well. So there's that item number. There's that little safety function with the flashing lights as well. Price once more is only good for today. You might even want to, it sounds so weird to say, stockpile flashlights. But they really are amazing gifts. Everybody's been raving about them on Facebook. Sierra was kind enough, because I looked a little confused. Not that it doesn't take much in my world. There's a little cap on where this screws into where the light bulb portion. That's why I was like, well, how do you screw it in? See, Lou, when your toolkit's a butter knife, again, it doesn't take too long.
That's why you asked that.
I know, like, where did it go? I don't get it. So but
that explains it.
Well, it does, and it's so funny because I even got a text during the show. I've been asking everybody, do you have a mechanic? Do you have, actually, in fact, you know what's so funny? I'm actually in the market for an electrician now, because that's the latest thing that went haywire in my house. And they say a good man is hard to find. Well, a good handyman or repair person is hard to find. Shoot,
invaluable.
I can do this. And when I say there are so many spots in my house that I need more light, especially whether you're an apartment dweller or condo or you're renting, you're not gonna do something that's like a hard install on something.
Yeah.
And the other cool thing about this too though, Lou, is that directional light. So not only is it easy, if you, that phrase, if you can screw in a light bulb, I guess we mean that pun intended. If you can screw in a light bulb, you can put this in. But I love those directional panels. So we've got so many of you calling. It's a clearance price, but moreover, it's what it does. But, and remember, you still get that 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Todd, you're so funny. Boy, if we hung out, girl, if you saw me unplugged, this is just half of the nonsense, let me tell you. Because I have to say, Lou, for me and for my friends on Facebook and watching, I'm good at a lot of things. I'm good at many things. I'm good in the kitchen. I love to cook. I love to take care of people. That's kind of my thing. Repairs, not so much. Not so much. And the idea that I could get this at home, and even if you're not quite sure where you're gonna put it, I could pretty much promise you there is some place in your house where when you have more light, especially with that directional concept. So Lou, so those panels, if I'm looking at this correctly, so I could have one pointed, more down, I could have one pointed more up, I can move
any direction you
them.
want.
I don't know that I've seen us do anything quite like this in a DIY category.
It's crazy, isn't it? Well, and that's the thing. We wanted to make this so that anybody could do it, and you could really get that 360-degree light. You know what was interesting? What I just did a moment ago, I didn't even realize it. I tilted these up like this, right? I turned them on, so you could see how well everything. I'm lit, the background's lit. Now I'm going to turn off the lights that I use for doing the shows. You can't even notice, and these are big lights. You can't even notice that they just went off. It's amazing. And the contrast is this. This is using 60 watts of power. Here's a regular light bulb, 60 watts. It's not, it's not even a contest.
Okay.
It's crazy. It's
I'm
insane.
going to get in so much trouble in this show. I mean, but you know what? It's on sale. I don't even have to feel bad about this. And you can even put it on FlexPay. But, well, I'm going to get one. I'm actually thinking about getting a couple. Just listen, you don't have to have had Mercury in retrograde to appreciate. You probably need more light in your house somewhere, especially when something breaks down. You're like, now why don't I have a light there? Well, if you can screw in a light bulb, then you've got light. And it makes so much sense. It's so smart. It's so easy. Come on, it's like $19.99. And even if you're not quite sure where you're gonna put it, it's like, you know what, I'm gonna get that little guy home and I'm just gonna see. I can promise you there's probably someplace in your house that you need this right now. Hey, You could do the flex pay of $6.66. Maybe even send this to somebody who maybe is getting their first apartment, getting their first home, because I can tell you the last thing they need is another project or another honeydew, and this is not another honeydew. I'm going to use the phrase again. If you can screw in a light bulb, you can install a light. And Lou, what's interesting is I know we were texting back and forth earlier, but and Sierra's so cute. She's like, hey, ding-a-ling, you take the top off. That's why I was so confused.
The cap comes off.
Yeah, so then it looks like a light bulb. But when I was looking at it, even online, my brain, Lou, I thought this was something that we had to hardwire. And I was going to text you and I'm like,
oh, no.
You know, great, I got another improvement project in my house. You had me at screwing a light bulb, because daggone it, it does not get any easier than that, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, you know, usually if you want to add more light to a space, you do have to do wiring. You do have to hire an electrician. With this light, with the TriBurst, you just screw this in and it takes care of that. You don't have to get anybody else. You don't have to do any wiring. It's so incredibly bright that, you know, it'll light up a whole room. I mean, it'll light up like my entire attic. I've seen people put these in their basements, and one light will do 360 degrees all the way around. I mean, that's what's so remarkable. And the other thing about this, too, is the panels that are on here, these things, you know, Bell & Howell's won Academy Awards for advancements in lighting. They know a little something about it. These panels right here, each one has 48 individual lighting elements on it. I mean, you can see, even if I step back here, I am really, really well lit. And the panels, Shannon, are not plastic. You might look at this, look at the price, and go like, yeah, that's probably plastic. No, those are metal panels on the side. They're actually what they call a heat sink to help dissipate the heat that's going to come off of these. They never really get hot, but you need that because these LEDs, even though they only use 60 watts of power, these are for real. These are legit. They're very powerful.
They're really, I mean, it's really well made. Okay, if we would have had, I wish I would have been wearing like some kind of GoPro, like a camera on my head. So in the studio, I flipped them on. And if you would have seen the universal reaction behind the camera, they did the same thing, like, oh, that's bright. So here's your standard light bulb. You ready? Should I do them side by side, Charlie? Which one should I do? Okay. Oh!
Boom.
Holy shamoly. Do you see what I mean? But again, don't get too weirded out by that, because remember, you can rotate those panels. So, you also won't have very expensive broadcast cameras that are sensitive to everything. So, but you get the general idea. I mean, it's bright. Lou, I'll tell you what, it's like all Lou all the time. I'm loving my show tonight. So now you're going to regroup again. You are here for me. Next hour, we have the highest rated, the most reviewed, the cornerstone item in the origami line. They did a little something for my show. I know. So
just for you?
Just for me. So that is going to be coming up at the end of our next hour. So I guess I could say we're saving the best for last. Lou, love ya. Thank you so much for your help, and I'll see you next hour with my secret something on something they love. How about that?
I'll be back with that something. You got it.
You will be back with your something. I'm counting on it. Thank you, Lou. All right, with your bright light, just showing off now, mister. All right, in about 15 minutes, we will have